Hi guys, thanks for tuning in episode 2 of Running with the BashBro's. Once again, I'm Seha.
I'm Logan. And today, same routine, we're just going to go over some running related topics, a couple not, and then at the end we're going to ask a couple quick fire questions that neither one of us know. So our first topic is something that I was thinking about today, or I've been thinking about for a long time actually, is do you think that Ryan Hall is ever going to make a return to his, I mean, there's no question that he's an elite runner right now, but do you think that he's ever going to return to that dominant level that he was at maybe for a short time, but then people thought he was going to be amazing? Okay. So
I think as far as the big meets go, like the Olympic trials, some of the bigger events he's competed in, I think he'll kind of thrive on that. Like he'll show up and he'll run a decent race, but he just can't quite execute to the point where he's with the leaders, sticking his neck in with the lead guys. But I mean, he ran what, 2:06 or 2:04 was it when he ran Boston 2011? Yeah, so I mean, relatively speaking, that's only 3 years ago. That's not like it was a decade ago. He's obviously a guy that's ran with a lot of the big names. And two names that pop up, maybe three that pop up in my head where the older you get, they can still maintain fitness and compete at a good level. We have Bernard Leggett, who, man, he just gets the tactic master there. And
although not a marathoner.
Not a marathoner yet. He's run a half, but I mean, I don't know, I feel like the older you get, the more you can sustain a more enduring pace. Haile Gebrselassie, number 2. So, even though he's not running world records, he's still running 60 minutes for a half, 61 minutes for a half. So, do I think he will? I think there's a chance, if he doesn't drop out, that is.
Yeah.
He's known for that.
Yeah, it seems like lately he's been pretty injury prone. But I think your example of Haile, I think he is just pretty much a one of a kind. But I believe in Ryan Hall. I think he'll come back. It seems like he just ran 62 at Rock and Roll San Diego.
Right on.
Which is good.
But he was what,
I think
20th, was he?
Yeah, but he ran 2:17 at Boston this year. But from what has been told, it was tactical, and he kind of helped Meb.
Right.
What was interesting. But I was looking at some rankings at this website, allathletics.com, and the highest ranked American right now is, according to this website, is Meb Keflezighi at number 33, and the next American, who is not Ryan Hall, is in the hundreds. So that just goes to show that, oh man, it's going to be tough for him. And a lot of people come 2016 in LA, it's going to be really close to where he lives. I mean, and it's also going to be close to Meb in San Diego, but a lot of people are going to probably think he's a lock, but I don't know. I mean, if you get a healthy Dathan Rittenheim, you can never count Meb out. Matt Tegenkamp's going to be up there. Who knows about Solinsky?
Right. So, he might be on the scene by then because he's, with all these driven series that we've seen on FlowTrack, he's talking about doing the marathon and stuff, which is pretty exciting. So,
I think Ryan Hall definitely has it in him. I think if he stays healthy, I don't know about his coaching. He seems to switch his coaching off a lot, but if he gets on track, I think he definitely has the ability. I
will say, though, I think when it comes to the marathon trials, this time around would probably be one of the most competitive fields assembled, just because of how in-depth U.S. distance running has come in the last few years.
Yep.
So, Ryan Hall, wish you the best, man.
Yep, definitely. Stay healthy, everybody, even you guys. So the next thing is, both of us log our miles. A lot of people do, and I just wanted to talk about kind of why should you log your miles or log your runs?
My favorite thing is you can always go back and see what you did 2 years ago. So in every part of my training, whether it's off season or when I'm getting ready for a big race or something, I can always track back. All right, how fit was I 2 years ago? And I kind of use those splits or whatever miles I ran that week or whatever workout I ran that week. I can always compare and see how much faster I can run that workout with the same amount of energy or ease. So, and it's just good to know how much have you progressed the last few years. You can always look at times, but running times is one thing, and then another thing is being able to capture every single thing you've done from 2005 up until 2014. So it's just kind of fun to know. and it's, you know, you just learn about yourself. It's not, you're not guessing so much because you have something to, you know, use as a benchmark.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Logan?
I'm very into the numbers and stuff like that. I use both Garmin Connect to do it online, but I also keep a daily pen and paper book that I just put my miles and then make little notes like hot and windy, didn't feel very good, or good pace, felt comfortable, or something like that. Just so, like you said, you can go back and see specifics of what it was like. And then it's cool, like if you get years and years, like another coworker, employee here at First Gear Running Company, Trudy, she has running books for like decades.
Yeah, like back in '80 probably.
And that's just awesome to be able to go back and see where you've come. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, a cool online logging site you can go to. The one I use is called Running to Win. And man, you can set up your workouts, you can save them, and you can track back very easily. You can write like little comments in there. Felt like Logan said, you know, it was windy, it was humid. Hours of sleep you got. You can
shoes you wear.
Yeah, shoes you wear, so it tracks your miles on your shoes, so you don't use them for a whole lot and end up getting injured. You can even identify the day as a tempo day, a workout, or a long run. So anyways, that's just kind of cool to have that at glance.
And just like Garmin Connect on both of those sites, you can set it to private if you just wanted to keep it your personal thing. Or you can share it with everybody and meet new people that way. So the next topic is kind of interesting.
Pre-race meal.
Yeah, what do you eat the night before a race and then the morning of a race?
Okay, night before the race, I like to do noodles and company. I don't even know what the plate is called. I just look at it and then I'm like, yeah, I can have that one. But it's some kind of, it's like a little bit of chicken, just a little bit. You don't want a whole lot of protein the night before. And a lot of it is going to be pasta, which is like wheat spaghetti, I think it is. I'm not very sure. But anyways, I have that like the night before. Assuming it's like a morning race, I like having it like around 2 or 3 p.m. the day before. If it's like an evening race, I like having the pasta late in the evening the day before. Morning of the race, if it's a morning race, it's pretty easy for me. Wake up, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours before the race, and I'll do like half a peanut butter and jelly. And lately I've been using that Genucan stuff, which is just awesome. If you haven't tried it, I really recommend it. Easy on your stomach, tons of carbs and all that good stuff that you need. Yeah, Meb, he's made it pretty popular, and I've kind of jumped on the bandwagon, and I really like it. But yeah, so half a peanut butter and jelly, and I'll do some Genucan. I'll maybe do some chews, like the Goo chews. Those are pretty good, especially when they have the caffeine in there. Kind of gives you a little kick before you start warming up. So anyways, that's what I like doing, especially you can chase that down with some water. Coffee is a must too. What do you think?
Lately, before races, specifically before marathons, I've been going with Chipotle. I'm a vegetarian, so I go with a veggie burrito. It sets well. It's a lot of carbs. It fills me up. So I do that the night before with maybe a couple granola bars and a banana. And then the next morning I'll wake up, and depending on when the race is, like Seha said, about 2 or 3 hours before, I'll usually have a couple packets of oatmeal with honey on it, and just like some black coffee, just to get the system going and getting some carbs in me. And then I'll just kind of sip on some type of sports drink or something leading up to the race. But then about an hour before the race, I don't drink anything anymore, because I don't want to have to stop and go to the bathroom during a race, and that has happened to me before. So I don't drink anything an hour before. I feel like I'm hydrated enough at that point. So yeah, that's kind of what both of us do before races.
Okay, new part of this show is a little segment called Quick Fire Shots. Pretty much questions. Logan, I'm going to ask him a question. He doesn't know which questions I'm asking him, but he has about 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah, right off the bat. First thing that comes to your head.
Yeah, unless it's a long question, then I'll give him a few seconds. But if not, just first thing that comes to your head. You want to start?
You want me to ask you first?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Mine happen to be, they're pretty running related, kind of. But question number 1, coffee or beer?
Liquored coffee. So Bailey's. There you go.
Wrong, coffee. Number 2, tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos all the way.
Correct.
There we go.
Road or track?
Track.
Okay. Massage or ice bath?
Massage.
63-minute half marathon or 1:17:50 full?
63-minute. Wait, you said 117?
Yeah, 50.
For a full?
So just 10 seconds under Olympic trials qualifier for the full, or like 2.5 minutes for the half.
You mean 217?
Yeah. I'm sorry, 217.
63. I like 63 a little better.
You like 63?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like 63.
Okay.
All right, so that was his pretty good. All right, here you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Favorite type of goo?
Espresso love.
Espresso love. All right, thought so. Do you wear running shorts more than once after you've sweat in them?
I don't. I only wash them about whenever I do laundry, but I always like rinse them out in the bathtub after each run.
Ew.
Favorite place to run in Wichita?
Even though there's a lot of lights, I love Douglas.
Douglas? Okay, that's awful. That's awful.
There are a lot of lights.
Yeah. Craziest place you'd had to poop or pee during a run?
There's been a lot of those, to be honest. So the craziest place is probably something fairly out and open that I'm barely hidden, but somehow got away with it. I don't know a specific place, but there's been some bad times.
Right. I've seen one of them. Funnest thing.
I've lost some gloves.
Well, that concludes it for the second episode of Running with the Bash Bros. Thanks for tuning in. Any comments or questions?
Yep.
Ask
Hit
us
up
down
on
below.
Facebook and Twitter,
Or come in the store.
Yep. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.